What are the best books to read for brand new real estate agents? Since launching my real estate career in 2015, I have read and listened to hundreds of books. So over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to share my recommendations in order as far as what books I would read if I were launching my real estate career today, as well as some notes on why. My name is Tyler Roicki. I help people build income and wealth in real estate, and I run an international real estate team at eXp Realty. If you get any value whatsoever out of this video, all I'd ask is that you like, comment, and subscribe so that I can continue to share more tips and resources with you in the time ahead. And if there's anything I can possibly do to help you now or in the future, you can go ahead and reach out to me. You'll find my email along with some other helpful resources for you in the description below. And with that in mind, let's dive into the video. First up on the list is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book is all about financial literacy. Over the course of the past 7 years that I've been active in the real estate business myself, I've had the privilege of meeting and speaking with literally hundreds of my fellow real estate agents in all walks of life in the industry, from people brand new to the business to some of the highest producing agents in the industry today. And what I found in the process is that so many people get started in the real estate business with a license with the goal of building not just an income for themselves, but lasting wealth through real estate. So this book will serve as a great starting point to really differentiate what the difference is between what the rich do and what everyone else does not. So this book and the wisdom in which is shared in it will serve as somewhat of a foundation in which you can begin building your financial future on as you begin diving into the real estate business. You'll learn the difference between what rich people do and what everyone else does not. Quite simply put, rich people don't work for money. You're going to learn about the importance of educating yourself on finances and investing in assets, and how to truly begin making money for yourself and not your employer. Among the things you'll learn in this book, you'll also learn about something called the cash flow quadrant, which if you really understand and grasp that, it can absolutely change the trajectory of your whole business and life if you learn how to apply that to what you do as a real estate agent from this point on. And that brings us to the second book I would read, which is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now this book is a classic and an absolute game changer. It's all about modeling success. Back before Napoleon Hill wrote this book, he spent years and years and years learning from, interviewing, and really studying the most successful people in business in the world at that point in time. And this book is really a collection of hundreds and hundreds of conversations with people that were operating at the highest levels in business. And it's as applicable today as it was back then, because it's looking at and analyzing what do all these people have in common who have built something massive in their business and their lives, and what can we really take away from that to model success, to go out and build that in our own lives in terms of what it is that we desire to go out and create. And so for us, as real estate agents, we can absolutely take the wisdom in this book and go out and apply it to our businesses, our careers, and our lives as we build it here in real estate. Among the things you'll learn about in the book, you're going to hear about the importance of having a burning desire as you're moving forward on the journey ahead. You're going to learn, practically speaking, how you begin taking a dream and really working backwards to create it as your reality. And that's going to come down to goal setting and detailed planning. You're going to learn about what highly successful people all have in common. Among those things are persistence, as well as the importance of being on a constant journey of personal growth, and why we need to always be surrounding ourselves with smart people. And that brings us to number 3 on the list, which is The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. Now this book is all about business strategy from the standpoint of a real estate agent, and more specifically from the standpoint of someone who would like to build a $1 million a year plus real estate business even from scratch. In this book, you're going to learn about the how, the what, and even the why in terms of building that sort of business. It'll serve as a blueprint to get business going, as well as how to build and scale that business and get to a point where you're not necessarily simply working in the business, but working on the business. And it's going to explain to you exactly what that means if you're not sure at this point. You're going to learn about the 3 L's, leads, listings, and leverage, and why each and every single one of those things is so important. You'll also learn about the difference between working in your business and working on your business, and how to get to a point over the course of time where you are increasing the value of your time as you build an actual business around what you're doing day to day working in the real estate world. And in reading this, you're going to have some takeaways that you can go out and apply immediately to begin building your real estate business, as well as a game plan on how you can build success long term. And that brings us to number 4, which is Ninja Selling by Larry Kendall. Now, this book is all about selling, but not in the traditional sense. In this book, you're going to learn about the problem with old school sales tactics, which at this point are very much outdated, and you'll come away with a modern science-based methodology that actually produces predictive results. It's not uncommon that people get started in this business and have an idea that they have to start selling people things, and they end up feeling pretty uneasy about that a lot of times, especially when it comes to their friends and family and the people they already know when they get started in the business. But I'll tell you, that whole thought simply isn't the reality of how you ought to go about this business. So this book is great to help get you in the right state of mind and to show you how to actually go about producing results in this business. And in effect, you're going to learn how to go from chasing clients to actually attracting clients. And ultimately, this book will serve as a step-by-step guide on how to increase your income per hour working in the real estate business. And that brings us to number 5, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And this book is all about relationships and how to relate to other people. In reading this book, you're going to develop your interpersonal skills. And even if you're among the most introverted of people, like myself, you will develop your ability to effectively communicate with other people. And that's so important, especially as you're diving into the real estate business, because the most important thing that you're going to need to do on a daily basis is to connect with other people, to have conversations, to truly be the initiator of conversations, and to ultimately build relationships with people who know, like, and trust you, who ultimately may want to work with you over the course of time. And this book is absolutely a difference maker, especially if that's not your strong suit getting into the business, which it's okay if it's not, but that just means you need to be more intentional and working on it from the get-go. And this book will help with that immensely if you're diving into it and truly coming away with how to go out and apply it to more effectively relate and connect with other people. You'll learn how to win people's loyalty and even how to influence them. And that brings us to number 6, which is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And this book is all about how to negotiate even in high stakes and high pressure situations. So the author of this book, Chris Voss, is someone who worked as the head hostage negotiator in the FBI for a number of years. And so he takes from his experience and expertise handling those high pressure, high dollar situations where literally lives would be at stake, and basically how he would navigate through that. And so there's some key takeaways with the mindset, the strategy, the tactics behind that if you're learning, you can take away and apply to real estate, because part of what we do is negotiate. So if you can have the edge by applying any tactics and strategy that you learn from a great negotiator, that can absolutely be a difference maker, especially when it comes time to help your clients negotiate the best possible deal and to even be able to negotiate for yourself in terms of landing clients or going up against other real estate agents where maybe you have the upper hand if you're applying the right strategy and tactics and effectively build trust with your prospective clients. And that actually goes to part of what you'll learn in this book, which is how to build trust using emotion and empathy to your advantage without compromising. Now that brings us to number 7, which is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book is all about habits and how to build good habits while breaking the bad ones. And this is so important because success is all in your habits. I know from talking to hundreds of real estate agents that so many people get started in the business because they love the idea of being able to fire their old boss or simply being their own boss. The idea of working the hours you want is so appealing to so many people, yet without the right habits, without the right discipline and game plan, it means that simply nothing will get done. And I heard a saying recently that relates so much to this, and it's that people do not decide their future, they decide their habits. And their habits decide their future. And this is so true and so important, so it is imperative that as an independent contractor, as your own business owner diving into real estate, that you establish the habits that are going to move you closer towards your goal. So this is a book you'll want to read so that you know more about how to go about that so that you can establish the habits that you'll need to progress towards your goals in real estate. And that brings us to number 8, which is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. This is a book I read recently and it is so good. It dives deep on something that's so simple yet so profound and is an absolute difference maker and game changer if you actually understand this concept and figure out how to apply it not only to your business but to your life. The Slight Edge dives into how to turn small daily choices into massive lasting success. You'll learn about the importance of developing a life philosophy as well as mastering the mundane. And in the process, you're going to learn about something so critical to explosive growth and success in your business, which is how to build and maintain momentum. And I'll tell you, few people achieve that in the real estate business, and that's why I put this book as last, because I believe if you read all of those, and especially this one to finish it all off, that you'll really be setting yourself up on a trajectory for massive and lasting success in this business if and only if you take your key takeaways from these reads and go out and apply them immediately in your business and do that consistently moving forward from that point on. So those are the 8 best books to read for brand new real estate agents. And actually, as an added bonus, I have one more book recommendation, and this is the one that I can credit to changing my mindset and ultimately my life, because prior to getting started in real estate, I always wondered how you could go about building wealth and how people actually did that, because for the longest time I knew it was something I wanted, but I had no idea, practically speaking, how to get started or what to do to get to a point where I would be on the track to build wealth. And there was a book that I got recommended at one point in time about 8 years ago that I read, and it absolutely changed my mindset, planted a seed that ultimately resulted in me getting started in real estate and getting on a path that now I know today is in alignment with me building massive and lasting wealth through real estate. That's the industry. But nonetheless, if you take that and apply it to what you're doing from this point on in real estate, I believe it will be a game changer to you as well. So if you'd like that bonus book recommendation, go ahead and send me an email. You'll find my email address in the description below, and I'll send you that bonus recommendation for free. I'll actually show you a place you can give it a listen to for free if you would like, but you can always purchase it or however you want to go about it. Same with all of these recommendations here as well. And if you haven't done so already, you're going to want to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe so that I can share more tips and resources with you on the journey ahead. And last thing I'd say is that if you're someone who is going to follow through and read these 8 books I recommended, I'd like to extend the opportunity for you to reach out and pick my brain on the industry, or really how you can build what it is that you desire to build from this point on in the industry. So even if you're someone relatively new to the business or just getting things started, if you're the kind of person that's going to follow through and read all these books, I'd like to make myself a resource for you and extend the opportunity for you to reach out and connect with me and see how I can help you build what it is that you desire to create with it, whether it's a certain amount of income or a certain level of production. So go ahead and send me an email. You'll find that in the description below. And with that in mind, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you get a ton of value out of those books as I did myself. And until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.